What's going on, gangsters? Gregory Scott here. Today, I answer a question as old as time itself. Many a good man has been turned away from the beauty of the calisthenics and instead turned to wickedness, turned to bodybuilding, turned to steroids. What is this question, you ask? Can you build muscle with calisthenics? Alright guys, so can you build muscle with just calisthenics, with just bodyweight training? Can you build muscle with no weights? So this is a question that's asked by so many people so often, but when you look out there, the answer is still not known. There's still some confusion. So don't worry, I'm taking it upon myself. Right now, I'm going to end this once and for all. Can you build muscle in a good physique with just calisthenics? Yes. Alright, can't end the video yet. There's some important stuff I gotta tell you guys. Alright, so in this video, we're just gonna look at a couple different things. Alright, so first, I'll give you some backstory and insight into how my physique is built, just so that you can see kind of how this whole thing works. Then after that, we'll look at what it actually takes to build muscle and how you can easily do it with just calisthenics, with just bodyweight training. So people are always asking me, bro, how do you build your shoulders? What exercises do you do? Bro, what kind of bodybuilding split are you running? I need to get on that. Or this one, which is my personal favorite and makes me laugh, bruh. We know you're taking something. I know you're on something. Just admit it. It's okay. I won't tell anybody. What are you taking? What are you running? To all three different types of people, I look them in the eye, I pull them close to me, and I whisper in their ear, calisthenics. I get a lot of different reactions. Some people just tell me straight up that I'm lying, that I'm running some type of gear. Some people look at me like I'm told them that the sky is green. I'd say about 95% of the time when I tell them that it's calisthenics, that answer is met with confusion. And there is a reason for this. Not all of us, but most of us can immediately picture the stereotypical meathead guy in the gym that's throwing the weight around and staring at himself in the mirror while he does his bicep curls. You know, backwards hat, he takes a million selfies mid-workout, that whole type of thing. This is what's constantly thrown into our face. This is what gets put up there the most by people that don't really care, that just want to make a quick buck. It's like when you're just getting into fitness and you're trying to learn all this information, you have all this coming at you from every side. And if you're just getting into it, it can be very intimidating and very off-putting. So a lot of men and women, they don't even get into fitness. They get intimidated, they get scared because they think they have to go to the gym and lift these heavy weights and do all these crazy things, take all these crazy supplements just to get results. And that's just not true. I know the topic of this video is, can you build muscle with calisthenics? But honestly, it goes deeper than that. This is me officially telling you, you don't need weights. You don't need machines. You don't need supplements. You don't need steroids. You don't need any of that stuff. All you need is hard work and drive and dedication and your own body weight as resistance. You don't need any of that stuff. All you need is an unquenchable thirst to achieve your goals. All body weight, you don't need any of that stuff. Just hard work, it's all in here. If you do want to implement weights into your training routine, that's completely fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying that if all you had was your body weight to use as resistance, you could still make crazy gains. So using myself as an example here, I'll show you how it breaks down for me. So upper body training, that's all body weight movements. So that's calisthenics, that's hand bouncing, that's things like yoga, gymnastic rings. Those are my top four right there. I haven't touched a machine or a dumbbell in years. Or, well, I take that back. I did touch a dumbbell recently, but that was only to do a hollow back. So no bench press, military press, shoulder presses, anything like that. The last time I did bench was when I was preparing for my powerlifting competition that was a couple months ago, but I literally only trained it up to that competition, and when it was over, I stopped. So my upper body is built entirely from bodyweight movements, entirely from calisthenics. 100% it is possible. Now, we don't skip leg day around here, so for my lower body, I am using weights. So that's doing my heavy deadlifts, doing my heavy squats. So sprints, I highly recommend those. So if you want to use weights for your legs, that's completely fine, you can, but you don't have to. You can still build strong, functional, powerful legs with just bodyweight movements. So if I had to break it down, I'd say 85% of my training is bodyweight movements. That's a significant amount. Then the other 15% is weighted leg movements and sprints. The reason I'm telling you all this is because I want you to realize that you can too. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a car to drive to and from the gym. You don't need a million supplements. You don't need any of it. It's gonna sound super corny, but everything you need is here and here. That's my heart. And I mean, I guess like your arms and your legs and stuff too, because that's gonna be working, but you get what I mean. People overcomplicate the process of building muscle so much. They think you have to do exactly 117 reps and take in exactly 1,000 grams of protein. And when you take in that protein, you have to take it in exactly 8:17 p.m. or it doesn't count. And then after that, you have to find the algebraic equation of the isosceles triangle squared to the third power of the right acute triangle, E equals mc squared. I know it sounds silly, but this is actually how some people sound. You'll hear them, they say, I eat every 2 hours and I have to eat right before I go to bed, and I take in this much and I take this supplement, and it's just crazy. I'm just like, why? The process of building muscle is so simple and it never changes. So if you know how to build muscle, you'll know how to build muscle for the rest of your life. If anybody ever told you that building muscle is hard or that there's some kind of crazy intense secret, then they're lying to you and they're probably trying to sell you something. What happens is people mix up and confuse the time that it takes to build muscle as it being hard to build muscle. So people think that you're gonna put on pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds of muscle every single week, and it just doesn't work like that. The process of building muscle is slow. That's just me being real with you. It's very slow. It's a very slow process. And other factors that affect it are how you're sleeping and how you're eating. So unless you're a robot that just eats perfect 100% of the time and you're sleeping like a baby every single night, you don't have anything going on in your life that will cause you to lose sleep or cause you stress or just anything that building muscle takes into account, then the process is going to be even slower. So if you have the expectation that you're just going to put on these pounds of muscle every single week, that's setting yourself up for failure, and you need to get rid of that. So I forget who it is that said it, but it's a pretty epic quote. So they said that nothing worth having comes easy. So it's the same for your physique, it's the same for calisthenics, any moves that you want to learn. You know, it's going to be slow, it's going to be a process, but if you can do it the right way and if you can stick with it, in the end you'll have so much to be proud for, and every single day you can look back and say, I did that. So let's finish this game session and look at the actual process of building muscle and how you can do that with bodyweight training. Strength training, a method of improving muscular strength by gradually increasing the ability to resist force through the use of free weights, machines, or the person's own body weight. So strength training is often called resistance training, meaning we're resisting something. So what that resistance is doesn't matter. So that could be resistance from a barbell, that could be resistance from weights on a machine, or that could be your own body weight. So your body is not going to register and say, okay, so this resistance is coming from a barbell, I'm going to break down more than if it was coming from a body weight movement. The body doesn't work like that. All that matters and all that registers is the amount of resistance and the type of resistance. So you always hear me say this, and it's for a reason. Like, if y'all don't ever get anything else from me, I want you to get this. Intensity matters. When it comes to building muscle or progressing, you have to push yourself out of that comfort zone. You have to do the uncomfortable thing. If you're staying in that comfort zone, if you're doing the same thing, your body is already adjusted. Your body's already adjusted and you're not gonna be breaking muscle down. You're just gonna be going through the motions. So in order to rebuild, in order to break that muscle down and come back stronger, you have to push yourself. You have to get out of that comfort zone. Calisthenics is so amazing for building muscle and strength because it's a set system of progression and regression. So, okay, when I say this, I'm not hating on powerlifting, so don't try to fight me on this one, but the system of progression in powerlifting is this. So you have a 200-pound bench, so where do you go from there? You go to 205, now where do you go from there? You go to 210, now where do you go from there? You go to 215. In calisthenics, it's different. It's much more intricate, it's much more complex, it's a lot more fun, and it's just overall more gains, at least in my opinion. So let's look at a basic push-up. So you start out with just a push-up. Then we load more weight into the shoulders in a pike push-up. Then we load even more weight until almost all of it is stacked over our hands. Then when we do that, we can go into a handstand. Then after that, a handstand push-up. Then after that, an even deeper handstand push-up. Then after that, an even crazier handstand push-up variation. Using just our body weight, I can scale the movement, change the resistance, and progress infinitely. This is how you make gains. Alright guys, so in conclusion, can you build muscle with calisthenics? Yes. Is it going to be quick and easy? No. Do you have to work hard, make sacrifices, commit to it, and really be dedicated? Yes. If you do the things listed above, are you going to make eternal, everlasting gains? Yes. Alright? So thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe. And if you're not subscribed at this point, I mean, what are you doing? Just come on now. Like, what do I have to do? Anyways, thanks again for watching. And as always, have a gameful day. Alright, most important part. Gotta get that thumbnail. Alright. So can you build muscle with no weights? Alright.